ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सागणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्यतदिशतारिणी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। नमो ब्राह्मण देवाय गो ब्राह्मण हिताय च जगत हिताय कृष्णाय गोविंदाय ते नमः। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्रिषे नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय। नम हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण माताजी।
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण माताजी।
हरे कृष्णा माताजी। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण माताजी। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्णा। हरे कृष्णा एवरीवन। Neha Mataji has not come. Krishnastakam by Srila Adi Shankaracharya. वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं, कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। अतसि पुष्पसङ्काशं हारनूपुरशोभितम् रत्नकङ्कणकेयूरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं, कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। कुटिलालकसंयुक्तं पूर्णचन्द्रनिभननं विलसत्कुण्डलधरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं, कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। मन्दरगन्धसंयुक्तं चारुहासं चतुर्भुजं बिरिहिपिच्चौ चूडाङ्गं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं, कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। उत्फुल्लपद्मपत्राक्षं नीलजिमुतासन्निभं यादवानां शिरोरत्नं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं, कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। रुक्मिणीकेलिसंयुक्तं पीताम्बरसुशोभितम् अवक्ततुलसीगन्धं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं, Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Gopikanam Kuchadvandva Kunkumakitavakshasam Sriniketam Maheshwasam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Srivatsankam Mahorastam Vanamala Virajitam Shankachakradharam Devam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Krishnastakam idam punyam Prataruttaya yah patet Koti janma kritam papam Smaranena vinashyati. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Someone can read the translation. Veena Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. I worship Lord Krishna, who is the spiritual master of the universe, who is the son of Vasudeva, who is the Lord, who killed Kamsa and Chanura, and who is the bliss of Devaki. I worship Lord Krishna, who is the spiritual master of the universe, who is surrounded by flowers, who is adorned with the garland and anklets, and who has gem-studded necklace and arm bracelet. I worship Lord Krishna, who is the spiritual master of the universe, who is adorned with curly locks of hair, who has a face resplendent like full moon, and who has shining earrings. I worship Lord Krishna, who is the spiritual master of the universe, who is with the perfume of Mandara, a coral tree flower, who has beautiful smile, who has 4 hands as Vishnu, and who has peacock feather at the forehead. I worship Lord Krishna, who is the spiritual master of the universe, who has eyes like blooming lotus flower, who resembles a new blue cloud, and who is the best in the dynasty of Yadu. I worship Lord Krishna, who is the spiritual master of the universe, who plays with Rukmini, Lakshmi, who is adored with yellow robes, and who has obtained Tulsi perfume. I worship Lord Krishna, who is the spiritual master of the universe, who has the marks of saffron from the jewel breasts of the cowherdesses, who is the abode of Lakshmi Sri, and who has mighty arrows. I worship Lord Krishna, who is the spiritual master of the universe, who has the sign of Srivatsa at his broad chest, who has a flower garland, and who holds a conch and a discus. Having awakened in the morning, those who study these blissful prayers glorifying Sri Krishna destroy their sins of millions from birth. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Sixteenth verse, no?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. You all remember which prayers we are reading right now?
The prayers of Shukadev Goswami.
Yeah, Shukadev Goswami. Okay, we'll go to the verse 16. Is my voice audible? Actually, I'm able to hear very low voice on the other side.
We
Yes,
can hear
ma'am.
fine, Mataji.
You can hear? Okay, fine. Thank you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 4, Verse 16. विचक्षणाय चरणोपसादनात् संगम युदस्यो भयतोऽन्तरात्मनः Vidanti hi brahma gatim gata klamas. Sorry. Vidanti hi brahma gatim gata klamas. Tasmai subhadra shravase namo namaha. Vichakshanaaya charanopasadanat.
विचक्षणाय चरणोपसादनात्
Sangam vyudasyo bhayatontaratmanaha.
संगम
Sangam
युदस्यो
Vyudasyo
भयतोऽन्तर
Bhayatontat Atmanaha.
आत्मनः
Vidanti hi brahma gatim gata klamas.
विन्दन्ति हि
Vidanti hi Brahma Gatim
गतिं
Gataklamas.
Tasmai subhadra shravase namo namaha.
तस्मै
Tasmai Subhadra Shravase Namo Namaha.
Vichakshanaaya charanopasadanat.
विचक्षणाय
Vichakshanaaya
चरणोपसादनात्
Charanopasadana.
Sangam vyudasyo bhayatontaratmanaha.
संगम
Sangam
युदस्यो
Vyudasyo Bhayatontaratmanaha.
भयतोऽन्तरात्मनः
Vidanti hi brahma gatim gata klamas.
Vidanti hi Brahma Gatim Gataklamas.
Tasmai subhadra shravase namo namaha.
Tasmai Subhadra Shravase Namo
नमः
Namaha.
Translation. Let me offer my respectful obeisances again and again unto the all auspicious Lord Krishna, the highly intellectual, simply by surrendering unto his lotus feet are relieved of all attachment to present and future existence and without difficulty progress towards spiritual existence. Okay, we'll read the purport.
Can I read, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Yeah.
Lord Sri Krishna has repeatedly instructed Arjuna, or for that matter, everyone concerned with becoming his unalloyed devotee. In the last phrase of his instruction in Bhagavad Gita, 18.64 to 66, he instructed most confidentially as follows. Sarva guhyatamam bhuyaha shrinu me paramam vachaha itosmi me dridam iti tato vakshyami te hitam. Manmana bhava matbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mamai veshyasi satyam te pratijane priyosi me sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma suchaha. My dear Arjuna, you are very dear to me, and therefore only for your good I will disclose the most secret part of my instructions. It is simply this: become a pure devotee of mine and give yourself unto me only. And I promise you full spiritual existence by which you may gain the eternal right of transcendental loving service unto me. Just give up all other ways of religiosity and exclusively surrender unto me, and believe that I will protect you from your sinful acts and I shall deliver you. Do not worry anymore. Should I continue, Mataji?
Yeah, please.
Persons who are intelligent take serious notice of this last instruction of the Lord. Knowledge of the self is the first step in spiritual realization, which is called confidential knowledge, and a step further in God realization, which is called more confidential knowledge. The culmination of the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is God realization. And when one attains this stage of God realization, he naturally, voluntarily becomes a devotee of the Lord to render him loving transcendental service. This devotional service of the Lord is always based on love of God and is distinct from the nature of routine service as prescribed in Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, or Dhyana Yoga. In the Bhagavad Gita, there are different instructions for such men of different categories, and there are various descriptions for Varnashrama Dharma, Sannyasa Dharma, Yati Dharma, the renounced order of life, the controlling the senses, meditation, perfection of mystic powers, etc. But one who fully surrenders unto the Lord to render service unto him out of spontaneous love for him factually assimilates the essence of all knowledge described in the Vedas. One who adopts this method very skillfully attains perfection of life at once. And this perfection of human life is called Brahmagati, or the progressive march in spiritual existence. As enunciated by Srila Jiva Goswami on the basis of Vedic assurances, Brahmagati means to attain a spiritual form as good as that of the Lord. And in that form, the liberated living being eternally lives on one of the spiritual planets situated in the spiritual sky. Attainment of this perfection of life is easily available to a pure devotee of the Lord without his undergoing any difficult methods of perfection. Such a devotional life is full of kirtanam, smaranam, ikshanam, etc., as mentioned in the previous verse. One must therefore adopt this simple way of devotional life in order to attain the highest perfection available in any category of the human form of life in any part of the world. When Lord Brahma met Lord Krishna as a playful child at Vrindavana, he offered his prayers in which he said, Shreya Shritim Bhaktim Udasya Te Vibho Klishyanti Ye Keva Labodha Labdhaye Tesha Masau Kleshala Eva Sishyate Nanyad Yata Stula Tushavakatinam. Bhakti Yoga is the highest quality of perfection to be achieved by the intelligent person in lieu of performing a large quantity of spiritual activities. The example cited here is very appropriate. A handful of real paddy is more valuable than heaps of paddy skins without any substance within. Similarly, one should not be attracted by the jugglery of karmakanda or jnanakanda or even the gymnastic performances of yoga, but skillfully should take to the simple performance of kirtanam, smaranam, etc. under a bona fide spiritual master and without any difficulty attain the highest perfection.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji. Yeah. I'll read the translation and submit. Let me offer my respectful obeisances again and again unto the all auspicious Lord Sri Krishna. The highly intellectual, simply by surrendering unto his lotus feet, are relieved of all attachments to present and future existence and without difficulty progress towards spiritual existence. So here Krishna is called as all auspicious, right? So Krishna is all auspicious because he is above the three qualities of material nature. No, he's transcendental. The Lord is transcendental to the three. So the three gunas, which is the highest guna. So there are three gunas, no? Sattva, Rajo, and Tamo. And Krishna is above the three gunas. So which is called as, what is that guna called?
Transcendental.
Shuddha Sattva Guna.
Yeah, Shuddha Sattva Guna, the pure mode of goodness, or also it is called Vasudeva Sthiti. So this is the intention of becoming Krishna conscious, means to raise above the three modes of material nature, because all the three modes bind us in this material world. And here it is said, because why are we in this material world? And when one takes surrender to lotus feet of the Lord, they'll be relieved from all attachment. It is given here. So because we are in this material world because of our attachments and desires, right? In 15th chapter, it is said, Asanga Shastrena Drudena Chitva, means you have to, how do we cut out this attachment in this from this material world? By by having detachment and knowledge. But then this does not come just like that. So one should have mercy of the Lord. No, without mercy of Lord and spiritual master, we cannot get detachment. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, 1 Canto 1, Chapter 2, verse 7, there is a verse which says, Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha Janayatya Suvairagyam Jnanancha Ahaitukam. So by rendering devotional service unto the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, one immediately acquires causeless knowledge and detachment from the world. So this knowledge is ahaituki, that is causeless. It is coming only by Lord's mercy, because there are different yogas which we read in the purport. There are karma yogis, jnana yogis, and siddhis and siddhi karmis, everyone. But then those are all not leading to the love of God. So actually, what is the aim of devotional service is one should attain the love of God, right? So, but then, so this is an easy process, but it needs, we need to be, when we are sincere in our devotional service, then we will have the mercy of the Lord, and through that one can easily attain God realization, right? So there are three types of realization we see. So one is that the jnanis or the impersonalists who aspire for Brahman realization. But and then there are yogis who aspire for Paramatma realization, where they can see 400 form of Vishnu in the heart, right? But then the highest is the Bhagwan realization, where one is one wants to serve the Lord, and also he wants to hear about the pastime of the Lord. He wants to see the form of the Lord and worship the Lord. No, Nama Rupa Guna Namni. That is, we want to. Lord has different names. He has different avatars, and all the avatars eternally exist in the spiritual sky. So knowing about the Lord, no, when we like someone, we want to know more. So we want to know more about the quality of the Lord. And if we say the Vishnu Sahasranama is also like 1,000 name of Vishnu has been described in detail by Bhishma Dev, right, to Arjuna I mean, before he was, I mean, when he was in deathbed. So detailedly, so many names are there for the Lord. So everything denotes, I mean, everything has a significance. So knowing about the name, his pastimes, his leelas, right? His leela, so many pastimes. Only Lord Krishna so has so many leelas, and we know there are 64 qualities which Lord Krishna has. The 4 qualities specifically for Lord Krishna. So Lord Brahma has 50 qualities, and it is said even a Jivatma also can go to that, can possess all the qualities as such as Brahma has it. But then higher to Lord Brahma is Lord Shiva, who is having 55 qualities. Higher to Shiva is Lord Vishnu, who has 55 qualities. Sorry, 55, 50, 55, 60, and 64. Yeah, 60 qualities Lord Shiva has, and 64 is Lord Krishna has. So what are those 4 qualities extra that Lord Krishna has? Anyone knows? Yes. What are the 4 extra qualities that Lord Krishna has, which is not even possessed by Lord Vishnu also? Because Lord Vishnu and Krishna are not different. Both are Supreme Personality of Godhead. But then there is a difference. What is it?
Yes, yes, Mataji. Rasa Leela, then
Leela Madhurya.
Bansuri.
Yes, Venu Madhurya, Leela Madhurya, and Rupa Madhurya. Right? What is the other one? Bhakta Madhurya. Okay. So if you see also, there are so many pastimes, but the pastimes that Lord Krishna has with his devotees are innumerable, no, compared to other incarnation of the Lords. But Krishna is Lord himself. He's not an incarnation. He's the avatari, no, he's avatari. So he's said to be all auspicious. So so Krishna is highly intellectual. So you may all know the story of Bhrigu, right? Once there was in a higher planetary system, there were discussion between the sages that who is in the highest mode of goodness. They wanted to test because they know, and Prabhupada gives there in the purport that they were not of very high level of understanding, because they had not come to conclusion that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or Bhagwan. So Bhagwan means Parashuram Muni. He explains that one who is all powerful, all strength, all beauty, all renunciation. What are the other 3? All strength, all fame, all knowledge, right? He's all knowledge. So they wanted to test, and so Bhrigu Muni said, I will go and test who is more in the mode of goodness, highest in mode. So first he goes to Brahma, Lord Brahma, and Lord Brahma, he goes there, and Lord Brahma, for him, he's a son, right? So Bhrigu is son of Lord Brahma. So, but then he had to pay obeisances. He didn't do that. So he ignores, and immediately Brahma got angry. He wanted to punish, but then he was able to, with his intelligence, he controls his anger, and he realized that he's his son. so he doesn't punish him. But then he got angry. So Bhrigu Muni walks from there. And then he goes to Lord Shiva. And there he literally starts to blaspheme him. And actually, when he goes there, Lord Shiva gets up and he comes to embrace him because he's his brother. So, but then he says, no, no, you are very impure. No? You are always living with all ghosts, and you all put this vibhuti on your body, and you on his neck, he keep all the skeletons, right? So the heads. So he says, no, you are very impure. Please don't embrace me. So then Lord Shiva got very much angered, and then he wanted to burn him with his third eye. And then immediately Mother Parvati, she comes and she prays him that to forgive him, right? She brings him to mode of goodness, it is mentioned there, because he was also disturbed by these three gunas. And Bhrigu Muni walks from there and he goes to Lord Vishnu. So when he went there, Goddesses Lakshmi was massaging his feet, and then when he goes, immediately he stamps on his chest. So he kicks on his chest, and then Lord Vishnu, he didn't get agitated or he didn't get any angry. He actually he gets up and he says, like, my heart is very hard. Maybe it hurted you. You are a Brahmana, and your foot must be very soft. And you purified me by coming here and my place. And because you kicked my chest, now, because Lakshmi is said to be very chanchala, she'll move, right? But then Lord Vishnu says, now she will not go from here. But actually, in that, it is said that because he was a Brahmana and he kicked, so Lord Goddesses Lakshmi is with anger, and that is why the Brahmanas usually are very poor. Prabhupada gives there in the purport. So basically, this then he had tears in his eyes when he didn't know how to react, and he finally he didn't speak anything. He goes back, and then the sages, everybody, he declares that Lord Vishnu is the Bhagavan, and he is the highest among all the three deities. So even in the though there is no much difference between Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna, also it is said in Brahma Samhita, no, it is just like a milk turning into be curd, but still sometimes they come into this three modes, and we see that many times the boons given by themselves they are in problem because of their own boons, the Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. But we never see an instance where Lord Vishnu is coming into trouble, right? So whenever there is a problem, all devatas, they go to the Kshirodakashai Vishnu, who is the expansion of Krishna. He is the third Vishnu, right? Kshirodakashai Vishnu, and they go for help. So the Lord is very highly intellectual because he has made this material world also in such a way that everything is complete, no? Purnamadam, Purnamida. So everything is complete here. We need not depend on any other planets. So we have everything. Lord has made it so complete, and also whatever his creation is complete in itself. So he's all his creations are magnificent. And when we and it is Krishna says even in chapter 11 that even by studying of Vedas or doing yagnas, charity, these things, that will not please the Lord. So naham vedaina tapasa nacha nadanena nachajya drashtumichami. So he says there shakya evam vido drashtum drishtavanati mamyata. So actually by doing those chanting or austerities, one cannot know me, but only when bhaktya to next verse he says in 11th chapter, bhaktya bhaktyatvanyaya shakya aham evam vidorjuna. So gnatum tat so he says that one can know me, one can understand me or enter into my pastimes only when you take into devotional service. So not by any other means. So here also it is the same thing said. Only one can get out of this samsara chakra, right? We are all suffering because this material world is made in such a way that there is suffering here. Krishna says, no, in that this material world is made in such a way that there is a suffering. So what is that? Mamai vamsho jivaloke jiva bhuta sanatana manashashtan indriyani prakriti stani karshati. So this, you're all my fragmental parts, but then because of these six senses, which includes the mind, five senses and plus mind, you're all suffering this material world, Krishna says. So this material world is made like that, and to come out of it, only way is devotional service. And in devotional service, one can take to any of the 9 process, right? Which are the 9 process of devotional service?
Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam.
Yes. So any of the 9 process, if one can take, they can directly get the mercy of the Lord, and one can get purified. Right? Many times what happens, we are trying to understand the philosophy. We are so blessed, and we have come into a right sampradaya, and we have we have the books of Srila Prabhupada, so that we get a proper understanding what is right, what is wrong, no, and we know everything. So though we are doing everything, we are following the 16 round chanting, we are doing our sadhanas, getting up early and chanting, and then following the 4 regulative principles, right? And offering the bhog and having prasad. So all that is done, still there are so many impurities in us, right? Still we are not able to control our anger, we have a greed, right? All these anarthas are still there. It is not so easy to get over. But it again, so why is it coming? Because we have that spiritual intelligence, because by reading the shastras we are able to get it. But then the mind is still not purified. Our mind is still having those vasanas, because we are carrying from many lifetime. No, it is not so easy that we can get over it. But then that is why the chanting is given, the sadhakas, because when we chant the holy name, it is purifying us, because the name of the Lord and the Lord is non-different, right? Namna Makari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis. The name of the Lord has the same potency as the Lord himself. So it is so powerful. We know so many instances where the devotees got delivered just by chanting the holy name. Even the person who was in mode of ignorance, right? Like Valmiki, who was a hunter, Ratnakar, no, earlier. So he from the mode of ignorance, immediately he comes to pure mode of goodness. So it is possible by chanting the holy name. So much, that is why all our acharyas give so much stress for chanting the holy name. No, so chanting can purify us, and our mind also can get purified. But then initially we need to do some sadhanas, and keeping our we have to, because we are not so strong, we have to protect ourselves from Maya. And Prabhupada says, when we chant our 16 rounds, that will protect us from Maya for that day. No, it is like a medicine. When we chant in the morning and we complete our chant, so that whole day I'm like protected, you know. It is like antiseptic, which is protecting from a disease. So so we can so slowly then what happens, by being in the association of the devotees and avoiding the non-devotee as far as possible. But being in a family and within so it is not very easy. Like the devotees who are living in the temple, for them it is actually very easy. No, they're always protected by Krishna's internal potency. So always they are in association of devotees, but so very rarely they get into challenges. But then for people who are outside in the material world, where they have to go to work, they have to earn for their living. So it is not very easy so they have to come in contact with the materialistic people. They have to deal them for business. So what Prabhupada says, so do it. So we cannot become indifferent. And by becoming indifferent, we will actually they will also never come to Krishna conscious also. But then if we can only we can have the contact. Like if the person is very materialistic, then you can always whatever is related to work, you can have the relationship. And also acharyas, what they suggest, we can take them to the temple. That's all we can do. Because if you start giving philosophy or the knowledge, they will not accept. right? They will not take it seriously, or we may sometime maybe we will look, we are actually taking away the opportunity of becoming making one of the person devotee, right? It is better we take it to someone in that temple, or they make them to hear the lectures, so that would be even more better. So slowly we can also, we can help like that, and also we can protect ourselves by not discussing. So if when we are not strong in philosophy and we start discussing with them, then obviously if they say something we don't know how to answer, so then our spiritual life also may get into trouble. So better, there are many other reasons why we should not discuss this with everyone who is not a devotee. Even Krishna says, no, this knowledge you have to discuss with my devotee. And Krishna also many places he says, Bhaktosi me sakacheti rahasyameta duttamam. So I am giving you this highest knowledge because you are my friend and a devotee. So discussing related to Krishna and the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita in association of devotees is very important for our spiritual growth. Otherwise, we it is not possible for us. We may get into some arguments, or if the other person is blaspheming, also is not good for us. If blaspheming of a devotee or Krishna, so then that is not good for us also, right? That is also one of the offense which we see, like telling the whole glories of the holy name to a faithless person. It is also an offense. So here also it has been said that of all the instead of taking difficulty in doing different yogas, different type of yogas, here taking into the devotional service is very simple, and also it can attain all the perfection. See, there can be like some people have so much of knowledge, or some may be very renounced. Not necessary that person is also getting the principle of bhakti yoga, but then a devotee has it everything. So when a person takes into bhakti yoga, he becomes a pure devotee, he becomes a devotee, automatically he gets the knowledge, and also he gets the renunciation. So he need not separately endeavor for that. So that is what here it has been given. Prabhupada has given that should not be attracted by jugglery of karma kanda or jnana kanda, or even the gymnastic of performance of other yogas, but skillfully take to simple performance of kirtanam shravanam. So anyone, if we do also, one can attain perfection. We have examples, right? So here also the discussion is going on between Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj wanted to know about the creation, how the Lord has created. So he is explaining, and that is the Shravanam he is done by Parikshit Maharaj, and Kirtanam by Shukadev Goswami. So Shukadev Goswami also achieved perfection just by doing Kirtanam, and he went to Lord's abode. So it is said he also went, and even Parikshit Maharaj. So one can attain perfection just by taking into devotional service. We'll go to the next one. तपस्विनो दानपरा यशस्विनो मनस्विनो मन्त्रविदः सुमङ्गलाः क्षेमं न विन्दन्ति विना यदर्पणं तस्मै सुभद्रश्रवसे नमो नमः. तपस्विनो दानपरा यशस्विनो
तपस्विनो दानपरा यशस्विनो
मनस्विनो मन्त्रविदः सुमङ्गलाः
मनस्विनो मन्त्रविदः सुमङ्गलाः
क्षेमं न विन्दन्ति विना यदर्पणम्
क्षेमं न विन्दन्ति विना यदर्पणम्
तस्मै सुभद्रश्रवसे नमो नमः.
तस्मै सुभद्रश्रवसे नमो नमः.
तपस्विनो दानपरा यशस्विनो
तपस्विनो दानपरा यशस्विनो
मनस्विनो मन्त्रविदः सुमङ्गलाः
मनस्विनो मन्त्रविदः सुमङ्गलाः
क्षेमं न विन्दन्ति विना यदर्पणम्
क्षेमं न विन्दन्ति विना यदर्पणम्
तस्मै सुभश्रवसे नमो तस्मै सुभद्रश्रवसे नमो नमः
तस्मै सुभद्रश्रवसे नमो नमः
Wants to read? Anyone else?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah.
Let me offer my respectful obeisances to all unto all the all auspicious Lord Sri Krishna again and again, because the great learned sages, the great performance of charity, the great workers of distinction, the great philosophers and mystics, great chanters of the Vedic hymns, and the great followers of Vedic principles cannot achieve any fruitful result without dedication of such great qualities to the service of the Lord. Purport also,
Yes,
Mataji?
yes. Yeah, yeah.
Purport: advancement of learning, a charitable disposition, political, social, or religious leadership of human society, philosophical speculations, the practice of the yoga system, expertise in the Vedic rituals, and all similar high qualities in man serve one in the attainment of perfection only when they are employed in the service of the Lord. Without such dovetailing, all such qualities become sources of trouble for people in general. Everything can be utilized either for one's own sense gratification or in the service of one another than oneself. There are two kinds of self-interest also, namely the personal selfishness and the extended selfishness. But there is no qualitative difference between personal and extended selfishness. Theft of personal interest or for the family interest is of the same quality, namely criminal. A thief pleading not guilty because of committing theft not for personal interest but for the interest of society or country can never be excused by the established law of any country. People in general have no knowledge that the self-interest of a living being attains perfection only when such an interest coincides with the interest of the Lord. For example, what is the interest of maintaining body and soul together? One earns money for maintenance of the body, personal or social. But unless there is God consciousness, unless the body is being properly maintained to realize one's relation with God, all good efforts to maintain body and soul together are similar to the attempts of the animals to maintain body and soul together. The purpose of maintaining the human body is different from that of the animals. Similarly, advancement of learning, economic development, philosophical research, study in the Vedic literature, or even the execution of pious activities like charity, opening of hospitals, and the distribution of food grain should be done in relation with the Lord. The aim of all such acts and endeavors must be the pleasure of the Lord and not the satisfaction of any other identity, individual or collective. Samsiddhir Hari Toshanam. In the Bhagavad Gita 9.27, the same principle is confirmed where it is said that whatever we may give in charity and whatever we may observe in austerity must be given over to the Lord or be done on his account only. The expert leaders of a godless human civilization cannot bring about a fruitful result in all their different attempts at educational advancement or economic development unless they are God conscious. And to become God conscious, one has to hear about the all auspicious Lord as he is described in literature like the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Translation. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Translation by His Divine Grace, Sesi Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the all auspicious Lord Sri Krishna again and again, because the great learned sages, the great performers of charity, the great workers of distinction, the great philosophers and mystics, the great chanters of the Vedic hymns, and the great followers of Vedic principles cannot achieve any fruitful results without dedication of such great qualities to the service of the Lord. So this is again the extension of the previous verse. So here also it is explained that whatever we do, it has to be, center should be Krishna. So that is the main intention of Krishna consciousness. Working in Krishna consciousness means we are not giving up everything, anything. So not giving up or becoming renunciate. So, but then come doubting everything in the service of Lord. So I was hearing one lecture. So there, so you may all have heard about him, like Radhesham Prabhuji. Okay, so he is a Pune temple president. So he once somebody asked him, like, have you seen the Buddhist sadhus, right? The Buddhist sadhus, they usually are so much, they have to do austerity. They have to, like, they only go by the, I mean, they by the bare feet. They don't use the slippers or sandals. No, they have to go by that. And even the hair also, they don't have any hairs on their head. They usually pluck from the hand only. They don't use, because, right? So there are so many things. The austerity is there. So one of them asked, person asked him, like, why don't you why are you not walking like that? Like, he had some program in some other place like Hyderabad or something. So why couldn't you, why are you taking flight? Instead you can go by walk, he suggested. And then for that, Prabhuji said that because his time was so I mean continuously it was scheduled for different lectures and these things. And he said, so this is my schedule, so that is why I will not be able to go by uh, uh, walk, right? I mean, I have to cover so many things, so I have to. So then after, now what do you tell, he asked him. Like, so that person still said, no, I think still you should have gone by walk only. So then Prabhuji told him that maybe you can go by walk, but then I will not do, because that is not what taught by our acharyas. So Rupa Goswami Prabhupada also, when he left his job now as a minister in Mohammedans government, he was given loads of gold coins in return after, I mean, as a recognition when he left his job, right? But then he didn't give away, saying that that is what Mayavadis know. They won't touch the gold; they will give away. No, but he didn't do that. He used it in the service of Lord. So he used 50% of it in the Krishna conscious work, and then 25% he he gave it to his relatives, and 25% for self emergencies he kept. So that is what is being explained. So whatever we do, when we have to dovetail in the work of, I mean, in the Krishna conscious. So it is not leaving everything. So otherwise, it is Shukadev Goswami is saying here that without doing that and following all the philosophy or mistakes and doing the chanting of the Vedic hymns and all this will not give any result, no fruitive result, without being having the devotion to the Lord. And whatever we call, so everything, otherwise whatever we do, it becomes that. Like even the karma, when our work, if somebody may say, like, I'm also working all the time, I'm not free, or I'm occupied, like that. But then if we are doing that is for sense gratification, then it becomes bhoga, not the yoga, right? Yoga means there Krishna should be connected. So okay, we are not at that level of Rupa Goswami that we give all of 50% to the Lord, but then some percentage, right? Even in the temple, we have so many options where we have different sevas, correct? So very minimal amount it starts every hour from the daily nitya sevas are there, and also it's for the temple also there are from a single brick also, right? I think it starts from 500 or like that, 500,000. So how much ever one is possible according to one's capacity, we can give, because Krishna says this giving charity is also purifying. So we have to, if we have to come out of this attachment, we have to be more giving. So only when we start giving, only then we get we can come to that platform of detachment. If we are not giving, then that will not come. So slowly we can purify ourselves. So Krishna says in chapter 18 that one should not give up at any cost the charity, sacrifice, and these things, because that is purifying even the liberated souls. Pavanani Manishanam, Krishna says that it is very purifying. So these acts should not be never given up. So in Kali Yuga, the sacrifice means we need not do any much sacrifice, but we can participate in the Sankirtans or conduct Sankirtan at our place, or we can chant the holy name of the Lord, or make others to chant, like in the Sankirtan kind, right? So that way one can do the dovetailing the work in whatever we do. So here Prabhupada mentions two kinds of self-interest: personal selfishness and extended selfishness. So thinking about my own body, mind, and my comforts, that is personal selfishness. But extended means about our family, and then it extends to our relatives, and then to the town or the village we live in, and then to the country. So everything is a selfishness only, because we identify with something. That is why we have that attachment towards to the nation or anything. But the great souls do not have that. If they have, then they would not be able to give this highest knowledge to all the people, right? Prabhupada was so compassionate. So if he was so much attached that this is my country, I will only give to the people here, then he would never be able to go to the West and deliver so many souls there, right? So many conditioned souls. So one should not be attached to these two things. So the very knowledge that we get in Bhagavad Gita in the second chapter itself was the knowledge of soul, right? So the soul, so then if we are able to see the people in that platform, so that they are also a part of the Lord. So Krishna says, Mamai Vamsho Jivaloke, Jivaloka Sanatana. So when we are able to see like that, then we will not have any hatredness towards others, or the we will not be selfish in our acts. So that is why this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita becomes very essential for everyone. It is very important to give the children at very small age, because once they are grown up, they will not be able to take it. But then if we are able to, that is why it is said, Kaumaram Acharato Pragna. Prahlad Maharaj said, very small age one should take into bhakti. So then he can be a very good citizen also. The person who becomes a devotee, he can be a good son, or a daughter, and or he can be a good citizen also to a country, right? Otherwise, if Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya, it is said, if there is no devotion to the Lord, there is no good qualities in that person. So whatever a person has all the good qualities but no bhakti, then that is of no, it is said it's of no use. No, such a knowledge is of no use. So even the proper knowledge has been explained by the Lord in 13th chapter, from 8th to 12th shloka. No, so amanitvam adambitvam. So pride, being pridelessness. No, there are so many qualities. Amanitvam adambitvam, ahimsa, kshantirarjavam, kshanti, tolerance, ahimsa, that is ahimsa is non-violence.
Non-violence.
Yeah, non-violence. Ahimsa, kshantirarjavam, simplicity. Amanitvam adambitvam, ahimsa, kshantirarjavam, archaryopashanam shaucham, Stairyam Atma Vinigraha. So there are, I think, more than 20 things has been explained there, of how one has to take a shelter of a spiritual master, and so different things has been, that is the real knowledge. So in 13th chapter it is said, all this is said to be the real knowledge, not that what we learn in schools and colleges. That is not actually real knowledge. That is, we need that knowledge because for a living we need that, but that should not become everything. No, when we have 24 hours in a day, Prabhupada says you have to make it in such a way, plan your day, that 8 hours keep for your body, 8 hours for mind, and 8 hours for the soul. Right? We should not forget, because unless we are nourishing the soul, so then what will happen after this life, right? we have got this knowledge that this is not just the life, because most of the people think this is the only life to enjoy and let me enjoy. No, that is what that is the people don't have any knowledge of the soul or Paramatma. Right? There's no leave about the God. There's no knowledge of the soul itself. So they want to enjoy. But then when you know that very rarely we get this human life, there's no guarantee. No, so there's no guarantee that next life I may get the human life. So it is said very rare to achieve a human life. After many births we get, and why should we not? Why should we misuse it or not utilize? So then Krishna will not give us, right, next animal life. If we get, it is very hard for us to again come back to human life. But people are misusing this human body, which is actually meant for a higher purpose. Then the Lord, I mean the material nature, the Lord will not give us or tell the material nature to give a body which is, I mean, it is given here. No, if we are doing the same thing, and Prabhupada also somewhere mentioned here that there's no difference between us and animals. No, if we are doing the same thing, which is somewhere he mentioned here, somewhere I saw animal. So the fourth, right? Yeah, here it is said. So one earns money for maintenance of body, but unless there is God conscious, unless the body is being properly maintained to realize one's relation with God, all good efforts to maintain body and soul together are similar to attempts of animals to maintain body and soul together. So they are only afraid of life because they want to live. So that is actually inbuilt, but the purpose is to enjoy only the sense gratification. The animals don't have any other. Why do they want to survive? So that they can enjoy. So so ahara, nidra, bhaya, maituna. So only these four things, if we are doing after getting human body, then Prabhupada says here that this is attempt is similar to the attempt of an animal. So no, there's no nothing more than that. So one should utilize the whatever the time we have, we should not neglect. Keep some time for nourishing soul. So in that 8 hours, may not even not even 8 hours. If you keep even little 4 hours also, we have lot of time, right, for doing our sadhana, or every day after chanting the 16 rounds. We have so much of time to read also. Every day at least read for half an hour Prabhupada books, or take any uh, the Bhagavad Gita, any you can take any words and contemplate on that verse on the whole day, right? Just take a verse, read that and the translation and with the puppet. So we can contemplate on that, what Prabhupada has told in that verse. Not necessary that everything we read, or many verses we read also, even if we are able to read, because so Prabhupada has given so strong, I mean his puppets are so strong, we get some a lesson in each of his puppets, right? So that is why we need to hear it again. And even Bhagavad Gita 9.73, what does it say? 9.27, Yat karoshi yadashnasi, right? Yat karoshi yadashnasi, yat juhosi dadasi, yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushva madarpanam. So whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, whatever austerities you do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. So whatever we do, we should never, we should bring Krishna in between, right? So always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. So that is what we have to do, so that Krishna will remember us, at the time of living the life. Even if we are in a bad condition and we are not able to remember Krishna, Krishna will surely remember for all the whatever austerities we did in the life. Krishna will remember that, and he will help us to take us back to Godhead, right? So Krishna says, Swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. So little bit of thing, whatever we did in devotional service will never go waste. So this is the essence of this verse, that one has to take devotional service, though it is very simple, but we should not neglect it. We should take seriously, and we have to be in association of devotees. Okay, maybe we can stop here. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna. Hare Krishna. Pancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnavandi ki jai, Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can we chant 3 times Hare Krishna?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you so much for joining.
you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.